Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing? What's up, Gamer Shane? What's up, Ricky Bobby? Hey, Iron Echo, welcome back. Good to see you. Hey, Mariscon. Cue the music. Another day in the saga of Gumtree. You guys know she's a rebel. Rebel tree. Well, Gumtree has always been a character that is a cop but hates cops. You know what I mean? The cop mentality, like how we were witness to the other night. Anywho, we're just gonna get right into it. We're just gonna get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. No, Mariscon, that has never been a secret. But that's okay. This just further proves why she doesn't like cops. So, for those of you that apparently this is going off everywhere. I literally have not watched a single stream. Have not talked to anybody about this except for Tash. But apparently Gumtree has made quite the name for herself. Infamous, but still. So I don't know what to say about that. But for those of you that don't know, a little bit of drama the other night when Tash was streaming. Not the ad break. Okay. Hang on, we'll wait for the ad break to go through, and then I'll talk all about it. I gotta walk all the way to MRPD anyway, since I don't have a car here. Oh god, what the hell? Huh.
Hey, do you want a really cool car that we stole to drive?
Hello,
Look.
no, I wish I could, but I can't.
Oh, it's really fun. It flies.
It looks
Look,
amazing.
it's got wings.
I know, I love it.
It's got lasers. You can
Is
go
this
pew,
the one
pew,
that makes
pew.
it cool? Yeah, I was wondering, it makes it cool sounds?
It doesn't make sounds, but you can make them.
Alright, okay. Hello.
Hi, would you like to take our Star Wars car?
No, I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wish I could, because I need a ride, but no.
How come you can't
Oh, I
take
mean-
it?
You just take it. It's yours. We're giving you the keys.
Yeah, happen.
Yeah, no. I'm in a bit of a situation right now that if I take a
It
car
is
that is
stolen
not
if that's what you hang up
yeah,
is.
I can't. Sorry.
No, okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Watch out for birds.
So funny.
Oh, God.
Oh god.
Not Gumtree being offered to take a stolen car straight off the bat. Yeah, we got an ad break. Yeah. Mayor's gone. That's the great joys about roleplay, is it doesn't actually hurt me. You know what I mean? I'll try to but anyway, maybe I'll find a ride somewhere. In fact, let me see if there's a taxi. There never is, but there could be. Nope. It's okay. Somebody will want to kidnap me in a minute and pick me up. What the hell? So funny. We're gonna go as a crow flies, you know. We're gonna take our own route. Ad break is almost over. Kangaroo, what's up, buddy? Hey, it's all good if that's the case. I haven't even been talked to yet. Is it meta that I'm being fired or Gumtree's being fired? I don't even know. Nice. Awesome. Good shit, guys. Looks like they're busy, so I don't think I need to run. Anyways, that gives me time to talk to you guys. But welcome in, Kangaroo. What's up, UGM? Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome to the tea party. Honestly, there's not that much tea. Really, there's not. But for those of you that have no idea what's going on, or you're new here, or you already know by word of mouth, let me explain what happened the other day. I wasn't streaming. I was in city with my girlfriend. She plays another cop on here. And we were doing some off-duty stuff, right? Oh, leaves. Very cute. We were doing some off-duty stuff, hanging out, doing some fun stuff. We went to Senior Buns, and there was this guy there that was doing some, like, game or whatever, some gambling game. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Let's participate or whatever. So I won, like, $10,000 or $11,000 or something from the game. In city. And Gumtree, who always gets kidnapped, like, I mean, I'm talking all the time, gets kidnapped. What's up, Ziggy Puff? Welcome in. So Gumtree was paranoid that she was gonna get robbed or kidnapped, and this $11,000 that she just won was gonna be useless, right? So I had her go drive to the bank to go drop it off. The closest bank at that moment was Legion Square. Now, Sealy, I have issues with tunnel vision. What's up, Miller? Welcome in. But yes, on an OOC level, I have some hella issues with tunnel vision, and I really was just fixated on the goal at hand. The goal at hand was to just go deposit the money in and out. I arrived at Legion Square Bank, and there were some cops there. They were doing some they were doing a traffic stop or whatever. And you know, I didn't even think about it as I made Gumtree do these decisions. Oh, here come the cops. Maple's probably in one of those. Anyways. So, Sealy, I really didn't even think about it. I just had Gumtree park her car in a red zone. Sort of not even parked, just kind of like slanted. It wasn't good. It wasn't great. And, I thought I could just run into the bank, deposit it, and run out and be on my way, right? Well, no. That's... Yo, Mariscon, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Congratulations. What's up? Thank you so much. Ziggy Puff, you got a free gift sub from Mariscon. That's really nice. I'm gonna get run over by cops, so I'm just gonna wait here for a second. Jesus Christ. I got murdered just then. What's up? Welcome in, Firecrack That. Love the name. Welcome in. Very cool, very cool. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, gosh dang. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Welcome in, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. Let me shout you out. That's amazing. How do I know you? Tell me more about who you are and what you do. Welcome to the flock, you guys. This is great. This is awesome. This is exciting. Oh, are you? Wait a minute. I don't want to assume. Yeah, no, I've interacted with you on Gumtree so many times. Is it like the ex-mayor or something like that? Or ex-lawyer? Yeah. Wow. What is happening? Yeah, Stumble. Oh, your Stumbles. Mumbles was the mayor. Okay, wow. Welcome in, Zax, with a back-to-back raid. That is that is crazy. Actually, that is absolutely wild. Thank you so much. I was not expecting that. Let me give you a shout out. What's up? Welcome in. Oh, were you the other clown on the seat on there? Let me give you a shout out. That's so cool. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Welcome in. You guys are here just in time for the massive drama. Oh, yeah. Okay, we've interacted so many times on Gumtree and Moose. Nice. Look at them go. Yeah, you guys have come in at the perfect time. We're, oh, classic local behavior, that guy over there not moving. Gumtree is probably getting fired today. So, I mean, it is what it is. I was just in the middle of explaining everything and how that all happened, if you guys are interested in hearing the story. But thank you so much for the raids. That was really unexpected and pretty fucking cool. So... Oh no, Gumtree is not that's not a Gumtree thing. But anywho, so the drama is that Gumtree mouthed off to a cop while she was off duty when she got to the bank. She illegally parked, that is 100% true. And she 100% gave attitude to the cops about it. Gumtree has always been a cop that doesn't really like other cops. She doesn't stand for what the status quo cop stands for. So basically she ran into what's his name? Is it Peters? It's Peters, right? Yeah. She ran into him. I genuinely thought he was a third shift cop. Yeah, that's right, that guy. Ran into Peters and mouthed off at him because, you know, Sealy, there's reasons for that. I was fixated and I was not really taking into, you know, account the gravity of the situation. And that's 100% on me. You know what I mean? Like that's just me. It's something that I thought that I could get my way out of. Didn't work out like that, and I had to face the consequences. In roleplay from that. Which that's just roleplay. That's just how it is, you know. And so basically, Gumtree got in trouble. She got suspended on the spot for her attitude. And then the guy was like, you know, actually, you know what? Turn around and put your hands behind your back. And then he arrested Gumtree. And I was like, huh. Interesting. Hi, Firestone. Welcome in for the tea. Everybody's here for the tea. Peter's and Ruth, is it? It's Ruth, right? Yeah, and so so Gumtree got arrested by him and well, mostly him. And sorry, Tash, I'm sorry. Hi, Tash. By the way, you guys, those of you that are just joining, this is Little Firestone. She's my partner in crime, except she's the good girl and I'm the bad girl. And right here, you guys will see, here's the crime scene in City. This is where the event occurred. This is where Gumtree came and illegally parked our car. See the red?
What do you want now?
We parked the car right here. We got arrested right about
Oh my God.
here,
An accident?
or
Is the Uber marked okay?
here, I would say. I think we got arrested.
Do you
Yeah,
know how much I paid for that
honestly,
thing? For you to just treat
I
it like a
respect what you're
toy?
saying, but calling any of that roleplay is a stretch.
Sure.
Um,
Your mother got into divorce,
But
I still
yeah.
paid the insurance.
Yeah, it was weird. It was but it is what it is.
I don't
Yeah.
care if you're
It's
into
okay.
this.
I mean,
I'm not
honestly,
coming
at
to
the
pick you
end of the
up
day, you
all
never
the
really.
time.
That's the beauty of roleplay, you guys. You never really know. You can try your hardest to make something out of it, and you can be the most creative, story-driven role player out there. And at the end of the day, you're not interacting with everybody that's doing that. There's a variety of people. There's a balance. Some people are gonna play hard-ass cops. Some people are gonna play goofy cops, like, you know, miles away on Onyx or whatever. You know what I mean? That's just what it is at the end of the day. So I honestly think that every roleplay server, it's important for them to have that variety. You're gonna have some cops and some role players, crims, cops, whatever, that are like super hardcore, and then you're gonna have some people that are just like, yeah, you know, I'm just here to vibe. And then you're gonna have some off the wall people like the clowns that are just like, let's create chaos and just be absolutely just off the wall wherever they go. So, and we love that, you know what I mean? You can't just have it all in one learn. Varge, I wasn't even on duty. That's the crazy thing. I wasn't even on duty, but it is what it is. That's okay. We're gonna get Gumtree to MRPD, and we are going to face the music, and we're going to handle this. And that's gonna be all good. That's good. That's good. Is it Revac or Revach? That's really good. Also, welcome in all you lovely people. So much, like, gratitude and heartfelt thanks for joining in. I really appreciate that. Okay, Tash. Yeah, I mean, if you guys remember back when I used to roleplay on Echo, I had a lot of consistent issues with this kind of stuff with PD. I thought that I was past the majority of this for the most part. And oh, Sealy, honestly, the only reason this is happening in roleplay is because of my actions on an OOC level. Not actually because of, like, true me being in the character moment. And honestly, that's unfortunate, but you gotta face the repercussions of it on a roleplay level. So that's okay. Mr. Petrie. Oh shit, that's fucking funny, bro. But anyways, I hope everybody's having a good Thursday, you guys. It is almost the weekend. I'm so stoked. Tomorrow is 4th of July. If you're American, you know, we're gonna just hang out. What's up, Venom Gaming? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. We're going to hang out with, what am I saying? I'm gonna hang out with my daughter on 4th of July, go do the fireworks thing. You know, fireworks are cool no matter what age you are. What's up, Tiger Lily? Welcome in, you guys. Thank you for the follow. So we've got that going on. We've got the weekend going on really soon, you guys. But let me tell you guys what. Wow, Darth Demonix, welcome in, you guys. Welcome in for the tea party. Oh, thank you, Ziggy. That's so sweet. I really appreciate that. Good job, Atomic. So, so basically, what was I gonna say? Oh, the thing I'm most excited for is in 9 days, you guys. 9 days. I will be leaving the US and going on a month-long trip to Australia. I'm so excited. I know, single digits, Mariscon. Single digits. It's absolutely amazing. I'm so stoked. And I am going to visit Little Firestone. She is absolutely wonderful, and I'm so excited. And I think we should totally do a live stream. Varge, I keep hearing that. Don't worry, I'm packing jumpers and I got a scarf. I got all kinds of stuff. It's trust me, I want to be cold. It is so hot in the US right now. I welcome the cold. So yeah, in the winter. Well, see, cuz I have to do it in the winter. Because that's the only free time I really have. Yes. So that's the best time of year for me to do. What the? What the? This is awesome. What is this? Is it gonna be 0 most nights? Holy shit. Well, you know what? I'll have Tash to warm me up. So it's gonna be okay. So yeah, so now we wait. But yeah, so this could go a couple of different ways. Either Gumtree is fired, which is sad, but fine. Either she's like totally just like dapped to here and back and restricted heavily on what she can do within the PD, which is also fine. Or I even considered just resigning her. Honestly, I really considered just being like, deuces. You know what I mean? But I don't really want to go that route. But this all depends on what plays out here with this meeting, with Lieutenant Maple. So, there's Scott. Perma? Perma? That's funny, man. That's funny. And you know what? Let me just to put some things into perspective. As a person, I have some behavioral issues, Seely. I have some dysregulation issues and things that I've been working really hard on therapy to combat and sort of quell and sort of like get a hold of. There was a long for those of you that were here during my echo phase, um, you were privy to that. You got to see a lot of that in its raw form. Um, and it wasn't great, honestly. It wasn't nice. It wasn't cutesy. I never felt good about it ever. So, I've been doing a lot of work on that kind of thing. Unfortunately, sometimes those things still leak out and still come up in ways in which I might not be aware of at the time. But once I do become aware of it, I do try to fix it as soon as possible. So this whole situation on OC level stems from that. That doesn't make it okay. Oh, here he comes. Hang on.
Hey, Gumtree.
Hang on, me. Oh, hello. Oh,
All right, come on.
nice fries. Okay, here we go, you guys. Give me just 1 second. Should I put on some mood music, you guys? What kind of music should I do? Hang on. I'm gonna put on some sad music. Okay, there we go. Okay. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
What's wrong? Are you sad? Are you tired?
I am actually quite tired. Yeah.
Were you
I'm
in that
retired
pursuit just now
from
chasing that little red or white car?
I was partially part of it. I wasn't chasing the white car, but I was cleaning up all the other fucking things regarding that
Okay.
pursuit. That the little white car is way too slow for my car.
He's upset. It's so funny. Like, not funny that he's upset, but like he's never been like this with
All
Gumtree.
right.
Is what I'm saying.
Gumtree, what the fuck happened, man?
Hello. Gosh, a lot happened. Like, you want me to just take it from the top on my end, or you just want me to listen? What would you like me to do?
I want to hear your end. I want you to take it from the top from your end, and then we'll see about you just listening for a little bit.
Okay, yeah. Just I was off duty, hanging out with Tash. We were doing this little gambling game. Somebody set up some sort of game over at Senior Buns, right? And I was playing it and I won. And I'm dead broke, Mabel. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm dead broke. So I won $11,000, and I was like, oh my god, you know what I mean? I was really paranoid. I get kidnapped all the time, so I was like really paranoid that I was gonna get robbed. So I get in Tash's car and I'm like, gotta go to the bank. And I had like this massive tunnel vision because all I could think about was don't get robbed, don't get my last money stolen from me. Legion Bank was the closest. When I got there, there was a traffic stop going on. I 100% parked illegally. I thought I could just run in, run out. It was a poor moment of judgment. I thought that, I just really, honestly, I was lacking a lot of judgment during this situation. But anywho, tried to get into the bank, and then this lady officer, I still don't know who it was. She, I think, I remember she said something about her name being like a Ruby or a Ruth or something like that. Anyway, she was like, oh, ma'am, there's a parking lot behind the bank. You could park your car there. And then the other guy that was there, he was like yelling at me. He was like, honestly, Maple, I was extremely confused. I felt like I was getting two separate orders from two different people. One was telling me to go park my car and about like where the parking lot was, and the other one I think was telling me to stay where I was or to not stay there. I really don't know. I've tried to replay it in my head a few different times. Ultimately, the bottom line is regardless of what was instructed or said. I was ultimately confused. I was not aware that I was being detained at any time, but then I was told later that I was, and then I disobeyed a lawful order. I don't know. I have no other thing to do other than to agree to that because they were operating in a professional law enforcement capacity. That being said, it was I was spicy. Um, I definitely had how do you say? Yeah, I definitely had some clapback. Um, and that's not their fault, really. That's just me. I was tired and I was just not up for whatever was going on there. So ultimately, at the end of the day, is this escalation on my side my fault? 100%. And I will own that, every day. And regardless of whatever the outcome of this is, that's for me to work on. That's for me to address and deal with, But that's basically the gist of it. I didn't know who they were. At one point, I did go park my car like I thought I was instructed to do. I came back to the bank. I wasn't trying to leave the scene or anything. And then I was told that I was suspended. And then, he said that he was the assistant chief. And honestly, I didn't know that. I've never seen the guy. And, then that he had a mind to just take my keys and make me reapply in 30 days to the BCSO. I was sort of shocked at that, didn't really say much, and then he said, you know what, never mind. Turn around, put your hands behind your back. He got out of the car, and he placed me under arrest, and I pretty much remained silent for the majority of the time after that, until he released me with no charges, a short while later. And that is that. Dasher's so cute.
Okay, I'm read it back to you. Just make sure I wrote
Oh,
this
were
all
you
down
writing
accurately.
all that? Okay.
Oh yeah, I wrote everything down.
Well,
accurately.
what's your WPM?
Pretty shit, honestly. I just have good memory.
Oh, wow. Okay. Good for you. Let's hear it.
I was off duty hanging out with Tash. We were doing some sort of a gambling game at Senior Buns. I was playing and I won. I'm dead broke and I won 11K. I was paranoid I was gonna get robbed. You got in Tash's car and headed to the bank. I had tunnel vision and went to Legion Bank. When I got there, there's a traffic stop going on. I 100% parked illegally. I just wanted to run in and run out. I was lacking judgment during the situation. Trying to get in the bank. This lady officer, I still don't know who she was. I don't remember who, a Ruby or a Ruth or something. She said, "Oh, ma'am, there's a parking lot behind the bank. You can park there." This other man was yelling at me, and I felt I felt like I was getting two different orders. One was telling me to park my car. The other was telling me to stay, regardless of what I was instructed. I was confused, not aware I was detained, and was informed later that I was and had disobeyed a lawful order. I have no argument for that. I was spicy. I had some clapback. I put in brackets attitude,
Right,
for
right.
the old people such as
That's
Turner.
totally fine.
And that's not their fault. That's just me. I was tired and was not up for whatever was going on. At the end of the day, it was my fault, and I'll own that. Regardless of the outcome of this, it's for me to work on and to deal with. I didn't know who they were. At one point, I did go park my car, and I came back to the bank. Then I was told I was suspended and that he was the assistant chief. And I didn't know that. I've never seen the guy. He had a mind to take my keys and make me reapply in 30 days, and he said, "You know what? Never mind. Put your hands behind your back." I stayed silent till he released me a short while later.
Correct. That was
It's
really
all
good
accurate.
for having a crappy WPM. That was really good, Michael.
I'm not entirely sure what my word permit. I think it's like 60 or something like that. It's not very good.
Whoa.
It's not very good. It might be higher.
Whoa.
I haven't done that word monkey thing in a minute. I might have
Oh
to
yeah,
do that
yeah.
and see.
Do type racer. It's more competitive against other people.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
It might be about time I do that again.
Okay. Well, that was good. Yeah, that's all accurate.
Okay.
Really, Miller? Yeah, that's funny, Miller.
So what I have here as well is that there was a point where you stated to the officers that you believed you were fine to do what you were doing because you were another officer. That's the
Whoa.
impression that they got.
No, I never. Okay, impression, yes. Stated, no. I can understand if they had that impression based on my behavior and actions, but that was never stated in any way, shape, or form by me or anybody there. That's crazy that they're trying to put that on Gumtree. Miller, you're so cute.
So I just wrote down, I can understand the impression that I did what I did because I am an officer based off my attitude, but that was never my intention. Is that
No, I don't, no.
No.
That's, I don't feel like that's accurate.
Okay, that's fine.
I would, let me rephrase.
Yeah, that's okay. That's
I,
why I read it back to you.
yeah, no, I did not state that at any time, at any moment during this. But I could understand if that is the impression that they got based on my actions. No, she's not getting worked up. She's good. She's good. She's level headed. I'm the crazy one here. I don't know. Maybe she is getting worked up.
Okay. I'll read this back to you then. I didn't state at any moment that I was behaving the way I did because I was an officer. I can understand if that's the impression they had based off my actions.
Yes, that's accurate.
Okay.
What, Miller? Miller, shut up.
So I'm also seeing here that you ignored officers and walked towards the bank.
So that is true to the extent of I was told there was a parking lot behind there. I had no idea. I was like, oh, let me go look at that. And I really at that moment did not understand the severity of the situation. I thought that it was just like third shift kind of shenanigans at first. And I was like, oh, let me just go look over there. But that's on me. I walked over towards the bank, but it wasn't with the purpose of ignoring what they were saying, but rather because I had a piqued interest in a moment. But I can see where that's coming from, yeah. Yeah, they changed a lot. I am blushing. Tash makes me blush.
So what I've written down here, it is true that to an extent, in regards to ignoring the officers and walk towards the bank, at the moment, I didn't understand the severity of the situation. I thought it was a more lighthearted incident. I didn't intentionally ignore the officers, but can understand the perspective.
Correct.
Okay. You were informed that you had parked illegally, and you just said yep and drove away.
The thing that I said yep to was when Peter said, "Wait, you're an officer?" And I said, "Yep." Is to the best of my recollection. But I honestly, how do I say this? Let me think about this for a minute. Interesting. It's hard to say everything that happened because the incident was so very much escalated. However, I cannot confirm nor deny that statement. Everything happened quite quickly. I literally cannot confirm nor deny it. I literally have no idea. I'm lost on that one.
I said yep to when Peter said, "Wait, you're an officer," and I said yep. That's my recollection. It's hard to say everything that happened because the incident escalated. I cannot comfortably confirm or deny whether or not I said yep to parking illegally before driving off.
Yeah, and also as you were reading that back, that sounds good. I just did recollect something. I was told, I remember this now. I was told that like if I left my car there, that it would be towed. That's right. That's why I got in my car to drive it to the parking lot, because I was like, oh, if you leave your car there, I'm gonna tow it. I was like, well, I don't want that because it's Tash's car, you know. So that was sort of the reason for driving away from the scene at that moment. That and the fact that I didn't know I was detained. Ziggy, you guys are so cute using those emotes.
I do remember that I was told that if I left my car there, it would be towed. So that's why I got in my car to go to the parking lot, because I didn't want the car towed. That's why I drove away from the scene. That and because I didn't know I was detained.
Correct. There we go. Yeah, Tash got me those emotes. Tash is Little Firestone, for those of you that are new here and have no idea what I'm talking about. She is my main thing, my main squeeze.
So when you realized he was the assistant chief, did you kind of square up a little? Not square up. That's not the right word.
Whoa.
But like, I guess tighten up, like
Varch, no.
clean up your act and start behaving more.
You mean like
you were,
respectful to an assistant chief as any person would be?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty normal, don't you, Maple?
Yeah, I mean, sort of like the case of if you were dealing with any other officer, you would have been fucking around, but then if I walked up to the scene, you would have cleaned up your act, sort of case.
Yeah, I'm not even sure why that's a point of contention. But regardless, the fact of the matter is that at any point before that was stated, these individuals never identified themselves. You know, this guy had a mustache, and it looked like one of them applique mustaches, and I literally thought it was somebody on third shift, like I didn't know because I hadn't been around. So you know, I had no idea who it was. You know, third shift is a different beast. We sort of have our own banter. We sort of have our own. You know, I mean, I don't need to tell you. You know how it is. And so I just didn't know who the individual was. When he stated who he was, I was like, you know, whoa, well, that's, you know, that matters. That's important. And I realized the gravity. Oh, sorry. I realized the kind of that was that moment where I realized the gravity of the situation. And I was like, okay, this isn't just people goofing around and whatnot. This is genuine, sort of, this person's upset kind of thing. No, Ziggy, she's not an artist. She's just my sugar mommy. Well, she is an artist. Actually, she can draw really, really well, but she didn't make these emotes. She got them commissioned for me. So
I gotta turn my radio off. I tried to turn it off when I walked in, but I guess I forgot to. There we go. Okay. So, I definitely cleaned up my act when I realized it was the assistant chief. I thought it was someone from shift 3 I was unfamiliar with, and thought I could banter with them. I didn't realize the seriousness of the situation. Prior to the point prior to the point of the statement of rank, the officers never introduced themselves.
perfect. Maple is so good, you guys. Can we let's give a shout out to Sil Bullet. He is honestly so good at what he does with his character.
Okay.
He plays Maple, Lieutenant Maple.
You had a little bit of a back and forth with the woman because she was standing in front of you with her hands on her hips.
Yes, that's true. Yes. In retrospect, it probably, you know, probably came off tone wise not great. Probably more than I wanted it to be. It probably came off confrontational. My intention was not that. It was to be sort of like, you know, like, hey, what are you doing? Get those hands off your hips, kind of thing. But I can understand that it probably came off in a very aggressive kind of way. Definitely have issues with tone every now and then. So that's on me if she was upset by that. Yo, Manchester, welcome in. Manchester, I'm on season 6 of The Rookie. It's getting really juicy. Yeah, Tash, I completely agree. That's kind of the point that I'm trying to make.
I did have back and forth with the woman because the hands on hips. In retrospect, it came off tone wise. It came off tone wise not great. My intention was to be more lighthearted, but it came off in a much more aggressive manner. I have issues with tone sometimes, and that's on me. She was upset by that.
Let's see. I mean, I don't know if it did come off aggressive. I'm just saying that because it's being brought up right now, right?
Right.
It obviously is some sort of point of contention where somebody's, upset about it. So I
It
don't.
was very much I mean, the general understanding I have from this, based off of hearing
Uh-huh.
it, was that you came out of the car as you would banter with me or Lucas or Sky or anyone in Shift
Exactly.
3. Like, while you got your hands on your hips, like, cut that shit out, but in a joking
Right,
manner.
right. But I
But it was the
didn't.
wrong person to
It
do it
would
with.
exactly. I didn't read the room. I didn't know who the person was, and I made a
So
bad call.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Gumtree.
Mm-hmm.
You probably ran into the two worst possible people that you could have had this interaction with.
Well, you know what?
Um,
That's understandable.
so obviously one of them being the assistant chief, Tyler Peters.
Miller.
But the other one, the woman that you ran into,
Uh-huh.
that was former Captain Brooke Ruth.
I don't know who that is.
She was one of the captains to lead the department from day one, alongside
Okay.
alongside Chief Turner and ex-captain Leo Slacks, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she does have a reputation for lack of a better term, being a hard ass.
Okay, that's
Um,
fine. You gotta
but
have
yeah,
that balance sometimes.
she was part of the initial kind of core of the department at the time.
Okay. Now, I
And so
have a
she does have.
question. Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
I was say she does have that sort of experience in terms of the command position, high command position, and like that sort of same authoritative
Mm-hmm.
tone and impression and whatnot with how she carries herself.
Okay. I could understand that. And you know what? If we had met in different circumstances, we'd probably both get along very well based on that because we kind of have a similar sort of thing in regards to that sometimes.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, we met the way we did. Now, I was looking at the roster and
Mhm.
I noticed she's not an employee at the time of this incident. However, she was acting in the capacity of a fully decorated officer. What's that about?
I believe Turner has brought her on as an officer at a bare minimum, but he's still determining her official rank. Essentially, he's not sure if she's
Mm-hmm.
going to end up in a command position or as an officer or senior officer.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's also why she was riding with Peters, because she has been out
Right.
of the field for quite a while.
That's
Um,
valid and
but I just think
understandable.
they haven't added her to the paperwork as of yet.
So just to make sure everything is 100% looked over. Was she hired at the time of my arrest?
Yes, she was hired at the time.
Okay, she was hired at the time
Yes,
of my
absolutely.
arrest. Oh, and so that's fine. Okay.
Um, so from what I've read here is that after you had come back to the scene after parking your car,
Miller. Uh-huh.
um, you you try and use you being an officer for why it was okay for you to have parked where you did?
No, never. Not at any time. No, I would never do that. I know you have to ask, but I'm just saying. That's true. I never did that. Miller, it's fine. You're so funny. Listen, it's okay. Everybody take a breath. It's just role play. It's gonna be okay.
So you when you were walking towards the bank, Peters told you to get back in the to return to your car and that you were detained. And you stated you were an officer, and then Peters asked you for your name and started documenting the vehicle.
Nope, that is not accurate to me, to my recollection at all.
Okay, can you relay your recollection?
Yeah, at no point did I know I was being detained. At any point. Um, if he was saying something, I have auditory processing issues. I can only really pay attention to one voice at a time. That's why radio is so like much, you know. And so I was only up until, gosh, I'm not sure what point. I was only really talking to was it Ruth or whatever. Um, I don't recollect at any point in time being told I was being detained. If it was stated, it either was it just wasn't directly towards me or made it known to me. You know, I feel like I would have a keen ear for that kind of thing. Um, considering I say that stuff on a daily basis. But at no point was it ever expressed to me that I was detained. I was told multiple times that I can't park there, that there was a parking lot in the back to move my car or it will be towed. And then when I was told about my car being towed, he asked for my name, and I told him that I was Officer Gumtree, and that was when I was in the middle of getting in my car, and that's then I went to go park the car, and then I returned to the scene to go deposit my money, but I literally was never told I was detained. That's true though. I really I as far as I like, maybe he said it on his end or something. I don't know. I don't think so. I have no idea. But for me, I never heard that.
Okay. At no point did I know I was detained. If he was saying something, I have auditory processing issues. That's why radio can be a lot sometimes. At one point, I was really only talking to Ruth. I don't recollect ever being told I was detained. If it was stated, it wasn't direct at me or clearly expressed to me. I feel like I would have recognized that. I was just told multiple times that I could not park there and that it was going to be towed. When I asked my name, that's when I told him I was Officer Gumtree, and then I moved my car so as not to get towed. But I was never told I was detained.
Exactly. Perfect.
Okay.
The suspense is thick.
Were you giving them a lot of attitude before they placed you in cuffs?
Not directly before, no. Was I spicy with them before I got in my car and moved it? 100%. Um, you know, I, however they took it, if they view it as being over the top or not, that's their prerogative and have, their viewpoint on my impact on them. But, I do agree with the fact that I was being spicy, given attitude before I moved my car. However, when I as I got back to the scene, I was walking in the bank. Nobody called out to me or anything like that. I actually made the decision to go and approach them. I approached on the passenger side and I said to them both, who I still didn't know who they were at this time, I said, "Hey, I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. I really didn't realize that I was in a bad spot or parked in a bad spot or whatever." And then he got extremely aggressive with me. I don't think he believed me or my apology or really even heard me. Um, I thought it would be a moment of us being like, oh, well, that was this misunderstanding. This happened. Sorry. But it was not that. It escalated quite quickly after I apologized, where I don't think I said much at all after I apologized. Yes, Haibisu. It is fully possible that Gumtree is about to get fired.
I might need you to repeat some of that.
Okay.
I have when you got back to the bank, no one called out to you. I voluntarily approached him and apologized for the situation, but he was very aggressive with me.
Correct.
And then I kind of lost you there.
Oh, um, yeah. The Peter, she was in the driver's seat. I apologized to them, and then he said he got quite aggressive and escalated. Stated like something like oh you know what, you're suspended, and I was just like kind of shocked at that. I think I said something like, thank you or whatever, because that was more out of nervousness than anything, because I just did not. I thought he was, honestly, genuinely, I just thought he was playing around and like doing a bit. So I just never sort of expected that to happen. But that being stated, no. Before I got in my car, yes, I had attitude. After I parked my car and walked over and approached them and apologized, at no point did I have attitude.
Okay. Say something along. He was very aggressive with me and stated something along the lines of, "What? You're suspended." And I was kind of shocked at that and said something like, "Thank you." I thought he was playing around and doing a bit. Never really expected that to happen. Before I got in my car, yes, I had attitude. After I parked my car, at no point did I have attitude.
Exactly, correct. This is intense,
Okay.
you guys.
All right. I don't. Did Peters tell you what charges he wanted to press against you?
No, honestly, if he did, I don't recollect. I could make an assumption, but I was never. The only thing I was read my rights, and I was asked if I needed a lawyer, to which I said yes. After that point, he put me in the cell, and he and Ruth went off and I guess deliberated or something or another. I didn't see him. I was left unsupervised in the cell by myself. Um, and I don't recall him telling me my charges ever. Yeah, Maple's great. He's honestly so good at what he does. He's the kind of cop that I resonate with. What's up, Varts? How you doing, Vartsy? I know it's not Varts, but still, I can't help but call you that. Is this your first time chatting in my chat? Are you just like a little Firestone for life kind of person? Which honestly, I don't blame you. She's fucking amazing.
Okay.
Been amazing. You just lurk? That's okay. We love
I
our
mean, I'll ask a
lurkers.
relatively simple question.
Sure.
You understand the mistakes that you made during this situation, correct?
Without a doubt. Yes, I do. Fully. Hi. That's a cute little emote. True, Tash. Maybe that's why I like him so much.
And you do understand that there are some aspects of this where you are absolutely in the wrong.
Oh, without a doubt. I fully will accept and be accountable on that, regardless, on my own, in a professional sense, whatever sense. Yeah, I'd fully understand. Yeah, you're so good at that balance, Tash. You're really good at that.
Okay.
Miller. Miller.
Okay. I will do my best to try and get a conversation with Turner as soon as possible
Sure.
about getting your keys back. Um, I do still think with this situation and how it developed that you will be dapped for it.
That is more than
Um,
fair and
and
understandable. I expect that.
and I think the most reasonable one based off of the situation to be articulated is going to be gross negligence, which will be 6 daps.
Okay.
Now you have already served damn near a 7-day suspension almost now.
Mhm.
So you wouldn't be suspended any further when the DAPs are applied. But I do need to speak with Turner about this and get his perspective and ideally keep your job. That is sort of what my goal is at this point.
Thank you,
There
sir. I
are aspects
appreciate
of this
that.
conversation in which, I mean, it's clear to me that you understand the mistakes you made.
Without a
It's
doubt.
clear to me that you're remorseful about your actions, and you know, it's also clear to me that there are some aspects of this that I don't believe were entirely your fault.
Oh?
And yeah, I did speak to Lucas and Sky about this as well yesterday, and there was sort of the general consensus from them as well, even before having your statement, that we don't believe that it's a case, even if it was based off of just the information we have and no statement from you alone.
Mhm.
We still wouldn't think that it's sufficient to fire you because, like you said yourself, and Peter said, I guess during the situation, he had half a mind to fire you and let you reapply to the BCSO in 30 days, which is exactly what would have happened. Which
Mhm.
benefits nobody and just wastes everyone's fucking time.
That's fair.
Um,
I can see that.
um, because yeah, you would absolutely just be rehired to the BCSO in 30 days by Lucas and Sky, and I wouldn't block it or have any issue with it either because I wouldn't want you gone from this situation.
Holy shit.
Um, uh, so
That
I'm gonna
that
speak with
means a
them,
lot.
and
Um,
um, hopefully I can.
okay.
I yeah,
It it
I
Go ahead.
appreciate the conversation. Go
I
ahead.
I appreciate you doing your due diligence and just doing your job, honestly. You're really good at what you do. I have massive respect for you. Um, Thank you for handling this so, professionally and in a just in a full capacity kind of way. And if necessary, I'm happy to set up a one-on-one or whatever, you and Turner or me or whatever, to explain if he's just not feeling it or whatever. Um, that being stated, I do have some concern that I'd like to bring up, if that's
Okay,
okay.
of course.
Um, is Tash going to be affected by this in any way, shape, or form professionally?
God, no, not at all. She has no
Okay, I
involvement in this in
don't
any way,
want
shape, or form.
her. Okay, good. I don't want her associated with me or my actions on this. I don't want her to be withheld in any way, shape, or form, even though she wants to be withheld, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, yeah, you don't have to worry about Tash at all.
Okay, I just want to be seen as, even though we're always together and we're married and whatnot, I want her to be seen as a completely private, separate entity. These are my actions and mine alone.
Yeah, no, you don't have to worry about that at all. There's no reason for any fault to go Tash's
Okay,
way. She
okay,
wasn't involved in this in any way, shape, or form.
okay. That's good.
She was never like brought up in any way, shape, or form.
Okay,
The
that's
only
good.
mention of Tash in this in any way, shape, or form is that it was her vehicle.
That's true. Yes, that's true.
That's the only information that pertains to her at all.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about that at all.
Well, that's a relief. Honestly, that was my biggest primary concern. Okay. Well, I appreciate every effort that you're going through for this. If there's anything else I need to do, do not hesitate to let me know. I do have one final thing. Am I able to get my car out of my garage outside of the parking lot, like my
Yeah,
personal
of course,
vehicle? Okay, I don't
of course.
even. It's just accessible for anybody, or what?
It should be, yeah.
Okay, okay, wasn't
I
sure.
I believe it's like private public parking, if that makes sense.
Got you. Sort of
So
a
like,
low
yeah,
key
similar to
kind of
like
thing.
parking at the hospital or whatever.
Got you. Okay. Well, is there anything else?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. I'll be sure to let you
Okay.
know as soon as I can about any updates in
All
regards
right.
to anything, and hopefully I can get in touch with Turner sooner rather than later in regards to the whole situation and get this all resolved.
All right. That sounds good to me. Okie dokie. Well, I gotta go watch the Ultimatum Queer Edition, Queer Love Edition on Netflix with my wife. You should check it out.
I'll let you on out and get on your way then.
You and Etta should watch that show. It's really good.
I'll consider it, but it's not typically the types of shows that
Oh, y'all don't like reality TV?
I can't be fucking bothered. I don't have
What would
patience
you
for 'em,
watch? What's
honestly.
your shows?
We recently watched Manifest. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Oh yeah, with the airplane?
Yeah, with the airplane.
That show is so good. Didn't they cancel
It's
it and then
so
reboot it?
fucking sad, dude. It
Is
was
it? I've only
It
watched
is,
this first season, but gosh, that
it
show
is,
threw my brain into a loop.
it is emotionally
Really?
draining. It is
I
a
don't
very
know
good
if I
show.
can
I very
handle
much
that.
enjoyed it.
I'm a
It
lesbian. I'm already
it,
emotionally drained.
it is a very good show. It is very it is a very sad show. It tugs on the
Okay.
hearts.
Oh my
It does.
gosh. Okay, maybe a different recommendation that ain't gonna tear me apart from.
I mean, I think it's a very good show. I'm also
Uh,
rewatching Brooklyn Nine-Nine right now.
I love that show,
Yeah,
but I can't. I should probably not watch it right now. Not get no crazy ideas.
maybe. Yeah,
I'll be
maybe.
watching The Rookie. That's what I need to
I've
watch.
I've also watched The Rookie too.
Really? What? The whole
Yes,
thing?
yes, all 7 seasons.
I'm on season 6. I just started it.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed it as well. It's a very good
We
show.
we need more. We need more of
Season
that.
8 is not coming out until 2026.
That's okay. I got things to do. You know, I got a lot of things to do.
Yeah,
But anyways, thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
of course. Gumtree. You take
Have
care
a
of
good
yourself. All right, I'll
rest
be
of
in
your
touch.
shift. Uh-huh.
Thank you. Enjoy your
Okay,
show.
bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. That went pretty well. But goddamn, do I need a cigarette after that? Like, whew. Sheesh. Anyways, welcome in, Tash. You said you missed a part of it, a chunk of it? So what happened? Maple Miller, you're so fucking funny. So Maple did a very thorough job of the inquiry. He was exceptionally thorough. He made sure to get all of the information. He asked all the right questions. He did a really, really good job. I'm always consistently impressed by him and his role play and what he brings to the LSPD. He's one of those kind of cops that just he knows, like Tash, he knows how to balance fun and serious, and he's always pretty well regulated and even keeled. I love that. So he did a really good job. I think it was handled extremely well. And basically what he said is that so TLDR, he said that he's going to bring it up to Turner and just to try to make sure that not me, but Gumtree doesn't get fired. If Turner decides that she doesn't get fired, yes, degenerate 100%. If Turner decides that Gumtree doesn't get fired or agrees that she doesn't get fired, then Gumtree will get her keys back as soon as that conversation is had. Maple said that she's already been like away for basically 7 days almost, and that is sufficient enough for a suspension, and that she would get negligence discipline, which was 6 daps, which is more than understandable and fair, honestly. So yeah, so that's where we're at. We're just waiting on the powers that be to role play it out, and we'll see where that goes from there. All right, we're gonna get in the car. We're gonna drive Gumtree home to go see her wife. And you guys, I literally only streamed for this, so I'm actually gonna end stream. We're gonna go raid Sill Bullet. Did you? I didn't even know Ruth was streaming. I couldn't find their thing or whatever. Tash. Oh, Tash, those moments were crazy, right? You guys know that Tash and I on a different server, she was over Gumtree while they were dating. It was actually insane. She used to have to be a part of Gumtree's like disciplinary talks and strikes and stuff like that. Strikes or daps. That was a wild time. Ah, okay. That's probably why, because I don't go on kick. But either way, let's set up a raid for Seal Bullet. I think he's gonna go play League of Legends soon or something like that. Yeah. Oh, you're so great. You guys are amazing. Let's raid Seal Bullet. You guys have been. She did strike me. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. I really appreciated you all being here. Thank you for the massive raids from Zax and from Firecrack, as well as welcome to all the new followers. We'll do another follow-up stream here in a couple days, see what's going on. But do keep in mind I am leaving for Australia in 9 days. So I'm not going to get much roleplay streaming done during that time, but I might do a couple of IRL streams and maybe touch some grass with little Firestone. That could be fun. You guys would totally watch us touch grass, right? Maybe smoke some grass. Anyways, let's go raid Still Bullet. You guys, let me make a little copy pasta for you. Let me see. There we go. There you go. You guys can do that. If you want to copy paste, that's simple. Anyways, that brings us to the end of it. Thank you guys so much for being here. Mariscon, thank you so much for the gifted subs to Firecrack and Zax. It was absolute legendary of you. And we will see you guys next time. And don't be strangers. All right? Have a good one.